Joined here on the Crusaders offseason check-in series, another member of the graduating class, and one we're excited to say has now committed to the University of Calgary Dinos. Arjun Atwal. Arj, what an exciting bit of an offseason year for you. I'm sure this isn't what you predicted, but congratulations first and foremost.
Yeah, thank you. Obviously, the season was cut short, and the offseason was a little longer than I anticipated, but it is what it is, and we've kind of adjusted to what is the new normal.
What was the process like in terms of getting in touch with Calgary? How long had you been in talks with them? Why do you think that's a good fit?
I've been in talks with them quite a while. There was a number of schools that I've talked to, and they just became a front runner for me just recently. And just a good school, a good team, and close to home, so I couldn't really ask for much more.
Yeah, and a solid level of competition there as you're going to jump up to Canada West, as are some of the guys that you played with last year and in years prior out of the AJ. But it is a bit more of a step than it would be from AJ to ACAC, as we see my Nate Oakes jacket on right now. So, given your offensive production, I have no doubt in my mind that you're ready to step up. And obviously you feel the same way about taking that next step in competition.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's something new, something fresh, and it's always you always want to get better and test yourself against better competition and step up and keep moving forward with your career. So I'm excited for the next chapter, and I want to see where this takes me.
What do you know about the guys that are already there, your future teammates, the coaching staff? What can you tell us about that?
I've played with and been in touch with a few guys that play there, just friends off the ice, and obviously great people, guys I want to be around, and I'm excited to work with here. And the coaching staff's been great. I've been in talks with them for quite a while, like I said, and they've been very, very good organization from what I've seen, and very good people, even just outside of hockey or our chats. We've had conversations just about what's going on and just things outside of hockey, and it's been fantastic. So I can't say enough good things about him.
Now, let me ask you this, because you did have the WHL Cup of Coffee, and that will negate your rights south of the border. So did Canada West at any point in your career sort of become what you were striving for to take that next step?
Yeah. Obviously, it's a great league. A lot of good players come out of it, and you get an education. So it was the goal for me coming out of junior after signing the dub. So, it was my next step, and it was something I was looking forward to, and it's finally here.
Well, again, we say congratulations. Now, prior to the commitment, you were captaining the most successful Crusaders team that they've had in franchise history, an offensive juggernaut right out of the gate. It didn't really slow down at any point. And for you, you're in a position where it's your 20-year-old season. You guys have set up for as much success as you've ever seen before, and it gets ripped away. So I've asked everybody this. I know the answers are kind of blended together at this point, but how do you handle that out of the gate when you realize that you guys are sort of getting screwed by circumstance here?
Yeah, well, you can't really get mad at it as we initially were, because it's just so much bigger than hockey, and it's really out of everybody's control. So you kind of just have to live with it. Obviously, it's disappointing, but it is what it is, and you just got to kind of move past it and not think about it too much so it doesn't frustrate and upset you. So it's kind of where I'm at with it and kind of at peace with it. But obviously, I would have liked a better circumstance.
Given that, though, 49-9 over the course of the regular season, you guys force your way into the second round and ultimately don't even get to drop the puck on playoff hockey. But those games, those 58 games or whatever it was that you guys had in the regular season, how much fun was that playing alongside the kind of talent that you had in this year's team in particular?
Oh, it was funnest 58 games you could probably ever play or ask for, especially as a graduating player. Great team on and off the ice. We were just very tight. Every day was fun. Each day got more and more fun, and it's about the tightest group of guys I've ever been around, hockey or not even outside of hockey. So it was just it was a blast every day, and I'm going to miss it for sure.
Yeah, winning obviously is going to contribute to a positive environment too. But you know what, for yourself, and you've got a couple of guys that were 3 years younger than you who we're going to hear their names called at some point in the very near future when the NHL draft gets going. Did playing with a guy like Carter Savoy on your wing for the last couple of years help elevate your game too?
Yeah, absolutely. Playing with a guy that talented and smart and skilled as him, obviously you want to elevate and pick up your game as well and keep getting better every day. So yeah, it was great playing with Savvy, and I hope he gets picked here pretty high, and hopefully the draft comes soon. I'm excited for him and what's in his future, and same goes for Mikey. Obviously a great player, fun to be around, great guys, and I'm excited for their future.
So many of you guys heading on to post-secondary next year. You mentioned those two. They're off to Denver. Of course, Whitey and Jared White and Will Zapernick, Jake Franchik all heading down to Alabama, Huntsville. You talked a little bit about the core of this team and just the tightness of everything, but it was, I feel like everybody was really pulling on the same rope, and that was evidenced both in the stats and how many of you guys committed. And, did it feel like a championship group? Did it feel like how it appeared to the average fan?
Yeah, absolutely. Each guy had his role, and without each guy, we would get worse. So each guy was very valuable for us, and that's shown with all the commitments we've had, and guys that are already committed at such a young age, and even the 20-year-olds that are graduating. All of us have committed somewhere, and it was just a special group. And that's all you can really label it as. Everyone had their place, and it was awesome.
Does it piss you off a little bit that you aren't getting that shot to silence some of the doubters, mainly down the highway in Spruce Grove, for example? But there's plenty of detractors from outside of Spruce Grove who say, yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll believe in the Crusaders thing when they actually get it done. Well, maybe this was the year. But there's some unfinished business for you as a 20-year-old there, isn't there, that you're just going to have to live with?
Yeah, that's what we're waiting for. It wasn't those 58 games that we were really we were waiting for this year. It was the whatever 30 or so that come afterwards. So that was really what our goal was and what we were working all season towards. And you get to the end, and then you don't get to do your thing and silence your critics, which is the finest part of sport. Obviously not great, but you just got to kind of take that anger with you and use it as you play next year, wherever we all are.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly what I was about to ask next. Like, you're a better player for having been in those heated playoff series, and particularly now when the franchises are both kind of equal in the success over the last couple of years anyway.
Yeah, those are games every player wants to play in. Obviously, it makes you better. Their intensity is way higher than any regular season you can play no matter what. And it's a rivalry for sure. Those are the games you want to shine in, and that's what you work for. Obviously, you got to work for this season and get to those games, but that's where you want to be, and that's where you want to play.
Is there anything that really stands out? I mean, you were a long-tenured Crusader member. And over the course of your career, there's been many a big goal, many an overtime winner. Is there anything that really stands out head and shoulders above the rest as far as kind of an iconic Crusaders moment for you?
Probably that overtime goal last 2 years ago, I'd say now, against Spruce in game 2 there at home. We were it's kind of a back and forth game. Third period was they kind of dominated us, had some power plays in that, and then Burley kind of stood on his head and we got into overtime and kind of reset. We're pressing hard, got the power play, and then that was our chance. I knew we had to do something and get that done. So that goal was just crazy. The atmosphere was wild and kind of blacked out. It was just the feeling that I wish every hockey player could feel, and it was awesome. So that stands out for sure. Obviously, there's a lot, and then I could go on and on about all the big goals and memories we had together, and all the progress the organization has made as within my time there. So that would be my one that sticks out, but obviously a lot of good memories.
So do you think that it's fair to say, Arj, that over the last couple of years, I mean, you guys really separated the Crusaders from the middle of the pack? And it's not to say that there hadn't been great teams before, but certainly you guys had achieved in the regular season more than any other team in history over the last 2 years. So in your opinion, did this group that you were just a part of help maybe turn the corner on the Crusaders franchise towards maybe more perennial success?
Yeah, I believe so. Every winning organization has that culture and kind of that teaching as you kind of pass through. The veterans pass to the younger guys, and the younger guys become the veterans and teach it to their younger guys. So I think we started something pretty good. I strongly believe we have, and I think it's going to carry through. A lot of the young guys in there, and even some of the guys that are in their second or third year, are great guys to be around, great leaders even. They didn't get a lot of recognition just because they're in that kind of middle of the junior career. So I think it's the team will still be strong this coming year even. And I think it's built for the future. I think the organizations can get better and better, and I hope to see that.
You, as the outgoing captain, likely are, at some point are looking around the room and thinking, I wonder who may be the heir apparent. And with Jake Franchek, who would have been the most longest tenured Crusader, now heading south of the border, I mean, who in your opinion, and I don't want to put you on the spot too much, but can you see who the next in line might be?
That's something I've been kind of thinking about, and it's tough right now. There's a lot of guys that could kind of step up and jump in that role. Obviously, like you said, we're losing a lot, but at the same time, they're adding a lot. So, maybe a guy like Ty Ettinger or Tanner Fakirik's been there, even Tampa, or Brennan McDonald, we call him Tampa. So, guys like that. A little bit older guys that have been there for 2 years, 3 years in the league and on the team. So that would be my best bet, but you never know.
Fair. I know that's a tough one to answer. You don't want to hurt anybody or anything like that. But I was curious to get your thoughts on that. Of course, you taking over from Tyler Jetty. He's off in Thunder Bay, I believe, at Lakehead. And you're sticking a little closer to home. But with that, what does the offseason training regime look like? Obviously, things are changing a lot right now in short order, but have you gotten any, now that you've had that commitment, is there a workout program you're adhering to, or how are things going in that realm for you?
Yeah, I've been training for about a month or so already. I'm lucky to have pretty good setup in my basement already, and kind of have everything I need to kind of do what I normally do and train. Obviously, with the nicer weather, you can train outside and things like that. So training's been good. I've been following kind of what I've been doing the last few summers, and nothing's really changed on that aspect. So kind of normal, kind of not for me. But yeah, other than that, it's been good. I'm enjoying it.
The one biggest thing you'd be missing, I guess, is Division I ball hockey with all the other WHL graduates around here, right? The Walruses, are they making a comeback anytime soon?
Yeah, the Walruses are ready, but the league just isn't. So
yeah, fair enough. It's going to be interesting, right? Because a guy like Braden Hyland, for example, who was he's a year older than you, right? Made the commitment to McEwen last year, so he'll be playing as McEwen jumps up to Canada West this year. There's a guy who you're playing ball hockey with in the summer, and this is commonplace for hockey. But then you're going to step into the ring with them in Canada West competition, and I can only imagine you two going toe to toe.
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of old friends or old teammates that I'm gonna get to play against next year that you wouldn't always or haven't in the past few years. So that'll be exciting. Highland's a great guy, obviously on my ball team, one of my good friends, and I'm excited to go to bat against him.
Well, we wish you all the best, Arjun. I mean, your Crusaders career speaks for itself. I don't need to validate any of that. You are an absolute stalwart. Congratulations on your commitment. Congratulations on great years as a Crusader, and thanks for taking the time, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. Always a pleasure talking to you.